What is technical design? It's a very good question. A technical designer, as mentioned, the pattern maker, shares the role of architect. The architect of all of the measurements that go into your garments or your product. Do you ever wonder why you go into the fitting room at Bloomingdale's and that size large pant fits just beautifully? Or maybe the medium's a little snug and you're not quite sure why one isn't fitting because your natural size is a medium and you should be fitting it? Well, that's the job of a tech designer. And 12 months before that garment arrived in Bloomingdale's, it was in the hands of a tech designer. What does that mean? What's the difference between a tech designer and a creative designer? The creative designer is actually designing the product in an artistic way and building the color and the concept and the build. We talked about that previously. The technical designer works in conjunction with the creative designer to actually come up with the components and the coordinates to build the garment. For example, you put a t-shirt over your head and it somehow naturally glides over the circumference of your head at the neckline. That's called a neck opening. You put on the t-shirt and you bring it down to your waistline. Why does it stop at a certain point? That's your body length. So the difference between a crop tee and a full-length tee is probably a difference of about 6 to 8 inches. And all of those measurements, along with sleeve opening, leg opening, inseam, cross shoulder, chest, waist, hips, the list goes on. There are hundreds of points of measure that are required to go into a garment build. And it's the tech designer's job to actually take those measurements, establish the specs, and then maintain those specs all the way through the process. So through every fit sample and through every resubmit that comes in from a factory or a sample maker, we're making sure that that neck opening is in conjunction with what your tech designer has directed. We're making sure that that pant is not going to be floods and that it's actually going to be a 32-inch inseam, for example. The tech designer's role is to make sure that your sizing is managed and maintained. So when you actually get to production, the difference between your small, medium, large, and extra large are actually all scientifically measured out so that when it goes into cutting and sewing, you've got your sizes and it miraculously then shows up in the store or in the warehouse or in your garage, however you're looking to launch your business. But the bottom line is it's imperative to have a technical designer on staff because fit, more than anything, is the most critical part of any successful collection, because no matter how pretty it is or no matter how well priced it is, if it don't fit, you don't got a business.